My God. Up in the air. It's a bird. A plane. No, it's a half-assed scheme by Saul Goodman that might actually work.
There goes my hero. Yeah!
Better Call Saul.
I could be your hero, baby. I couldn't decide which one to go with.
And they say that a hero
could save us.
There you go. What's going on, everybody? My name is Adam. That's Terry. And we are just nerding out with some hero antics from our good buddy Saul Goodman. This was a fun episode. Obviously, a lot of punnage with the heroes, but this is titled Heroes, Season 1, Episode 4, titled Hero.
Did you ever know that you're my hero?
There we go.
I'll think of more. Just give me some time.
Yeah. What's going on? How are you doing?
Doing good. Oh, this was fun. This is fun. This is really getting into some good Saul stuff here. We actually hear the moniker for the first time, which is pretty cool.
Good man.
It's all good, man.
It's all good.
It's pretty good.
I never thought about it that way. It's all good, man. Yeah, it's all good. But it works. Yeah.
Yeah, it works. It definitely works. No, I'm excited to talk about this one. There's a lot going on, but I realized my synopsis actually turned out pretty short. So,
well, the quicker we get done with that, the quicker we can dive into our fun categories. So let's dive into that synopsis.
Let's do it. All right. Better Call Saul, Season 1, Episode 4 is entitled Hero. What's Jimmy going to do with the Kettlemans and their money? Well, they offer him some cash to keep the money part quiet. He doesn't want to take a bribe, but they also don't want Jimmy as a lawyer, so he could pawn it off as a retainer, because he's the type of lawyer guilty people hire. Ouch. So he takes the bribe and then later tries to justify it through expenditures for a job. Nacho gets released, but he knows Jimmy's the one that ratted him out. Jimmy says he did him a favor because Nacho was sloppy. So now what does he do with all this new money? Well, he buys Hamlin's suit. He makes a new logo that looks just like Hamlin's. He puts up a billboard on Hamlin's commute with a photoshopped Hamlin haircut. So, obviously, he gets a cease and desist from Kim, who delivers it, which he completely ignores. The judge sides, obviously, with Hamlin, and Jimmy tries to turn it into a news story. But no one cares. Eventually calls the only people dumb enough to actually take him up on it, which is the local college newspaper. And a film crew comes out to film a piece as the billboard is coming down. All's going well. Then the guy taking the billboard down falls and is dangling in the air. Jimmy climbs up the billboard and rescues him, which is all a scam. Hamlin sees right through it when he's the top story on the news that night. And so does Chuck, who eventually sees the story after Jimmy tried to hide it from him. He had to brave the outside world, but he got the local paper and knows what Jimmy did, because it's just another play out of the old Slippin' Jimmy playbook.
He's got 5 on it. There we go. All right.
All right, what'd you think?
All right. Yeah, this is a cool episode. A lot of cool Slippin' Jimmy stuff. It's that first scene where Slippin' Jimmy, I honestly thought that was like a legit thing until like the guy stood up behind him was like, wow, I didn't actually see that coming, but why didn't I see that coming? It's great.
As soon as he said Rolex, I'm like, oh, now I know what's going on.
Yeah. Right. You kind of have an idea. It's like, okay, wait a second. Yeah, it's a great little ploy. And the whole episode, like going through everything, I was like, where is his head at? His head is like, his plans like never stop in their head, and it's like left me guessing what's actually going to happen. So that whole like the billboard thing, I was like, wait a sec, there's got to be something at play here. When he fell off, I was like, oh, it's the guy from the beginning. It's not the same guy from the very beginning though, but it's really funny to see like his whole ploy. It's like he's gonna make himself look out like this local hero, and the billboard's plastered on the local news. So it's like, yeah, Hamlin's gonna look like an idiot, but at the same time, it's really awesome. Like there's a lot of cool stuff. Oh, I just was see Odenkirk, Saul like just kind of like come out with a Superman seal on his chest, like running to save that guy with no.
The only thing I was missing.
Yeah, no restraints. But this is a cool episode. Seeing like kind of Mike and them talk again, and then seeing more Kim as well. She's awesome. She's becoming a very good, cool character. The Kettlemans, yeah, that was whatever. And then Nacho. It's cool to see all the characters, like kind of like they're where they're at, and there's timelines too. So this is definitely feeling more like we're getting places to. We're only 4 episodes in, and every single episode's like building off the last one. It's making it, expanding it, and then just making it so much more better every outing. So this was a fun episode, and the way that the ending happened, I was like, yep, that's pretty satisfying way to end the episode. So pretty happy with it.
Yeah. I mean, the show could easily just be called Building Saul, because that's really what's going on here, right? Slowly but surely, you're seeing little bits and pieces of the criminal lawyer, but then also the criminal lawyer. You're seeing that he truly is just a con man, and he's not a bad lawyer, but he also is kind of a con artist in how he gets to where he's at. And you see all the little bits and pieces that formulate along the way. He never gives up Slippin' Jimmy. It keeps coming back. It keeps being its thing. And that's that it's fun to see. But you also see how, I mean, you can see the writing on the wall of how the events of Breaking Bad could be the culmination of the life that he had built for himself, which I'm guessing is where we're going, since we started where Breaking Bad ended with his story.
Mm-hmm.
Yeah. But I'm having fun seeing the story unfold along the way.
I think, yeah, this is the first time I actually was like thinking about like the connections to Breaking Bad a lot more. And it's like seeing us build on Saul's character. Like, when does he actually take on the monocle of Saul Goodman here? And also, where
Moniker. He's not the Monopoly man.
Oh, okay. Yeah,
you said monocle.
Moniker. So I try to be fancy in these things. I try to sound more sophisticated than probably I am. Anyway, I had the general I have a general purpose of a plan. No. Anyway, where was I going with that? Oh yeah, no. The other lawyer, the Kim, right? Like,
yeah.
Where does she fit in? Because obviously she's not in Breaking Bad. That's where I was like really thinking about a lot more, because they're expanding on her character so much the last couple episodes, and she's interesting, the whole back and forth. There's going to be something that in there like it's like I think we just became best friends in the TV show world, and I'll explain why I would say that when we get to that category. But it's a fascinating character. I just want more of on the show. So seeing then that maybe she comes in and starts working with Saul in like his law firm, that would be interesting. We'll talk about. I don't want to go too far into like future stuff, but it's definitely got me thinking more about like where does she end up, and I hopefully not in a depressing state of affairs. But we'll talk about it later. So
Kim, Chuck, Nacho. I mean, there's several people that are like, where these guys are situated, they could have easily showed up in Breaking Bad. So what circumstances keep them out? Or is it just simply a result of Saul's not the main character in Breaking Bad? We see only the part of Saul that we want, that Breaking Bad needs to see.
Yeah, true.
So
you would think so. They added Saul added a lot of extra stuff to the cast of Breaking Bad too. So who knows? So
yeah. Who knows? We'll see. It'll be interesting to see where it goes. But let's look at this episode. Let's dive into this one. What was your favorite scene?
My favorite scene. I liked well, obviously the worker guy who fell. I think that whole ending of the episode is pretty awesome because you don't really, you think he's just going to like try to spin his way, like spin a tale for the people in a very like Saul way. And then
When did you know it was a scam?
When I saw the guy, when he kept looking up, so it was like he was like, why are you like weirdly looking up so much? I'm like, okay, it's got to be somebody up there. And then when he fell, it's like, that's it. He's gonna make him. It's like obviously right when he falls, you know what it's gonna be. But then you also notice if you like look in the background things, like wait, that is set up like this little the stairs to get up there is pretty place. He has the camera placed right in front of it. He wants you to get both items to see like get myself and the billboard in the shot. It's very, he didn't want to take away from their minutes of expertise, their minutes of experience, but it was he was directing a really he was orchestrating a really cool like ruse that would have played really well on TV and for news. So he became like the local hero, which was it was really awesome. And really,
I can handle all that stuff. The ladder didn't bother me. I mean, that would make sense that it would be there and set up like that.
Yeah, exactly.
Even the camera shot made sense. It's like, oh, I get it. You want to, he's theatrical. He's trying to be Scorsese there of like, no, you got to get the billboard in the shot. The whole thing's about the billboard. We're here because it's coming down while I'm talking. This all makes sense. It was about halfway up the ladder when he got about even, or maybe when he got near the top of the ladder, when he got about even with the guy, and the guy's just kind of dangling there and like, hold on a second. He set this whole thing up. And it's all part of the plan, and it took you long enough.
It's very that part, like the part of the plan where he's pulling them up. Very kind of. I'm like, wait, what? That's like it's a long way to pull up from a dead lift from like I don't know if that. How did they do that?
It felt like his cord contracted too. Like it just needed a little bit of help, a little bit of support, and he could get him up, which meant he could have easily done it himself if he needed to.
Yeah, but why?
Yeah, exactly. He needed a hero, so
he did.
Yeah, that's a good scene. That was a cool sequence.
Well,
I've got a couple things written down, and it's the first scene and the last scene.
Mm-hmm.
Or not the first scene, but the Kettleman negotiation.
Okay.
Like everything that goes on in that scene was just fascinating.
Mm-hmm.
Like the whole we just wanted to go camping and no, really? you didn't. And it's like, well, like the money, and it's like, here, take some. Like, we're not giving back the money. It's like, what do you mean you're not giving back? He worked hard. Like, he worked weekends. No overtime. Like, he earned this. Just because he's salaried. Like, it's like, the way you have justified this is ridiculous. And they're like, they play him up. The wife is pretty firm in this, but what's his name? The Craig Kettleman, is the worst criminal ever. Like he's like
the Scoot McNeary, Scoot. He's Scoot.
he's the Scoot. I worked hard for this. No, this is not what I intended at all.
Yeah.
And the wife's like, no, we are not giving back the money. Here, take some. It's like, it could be a retainer, but you're not our lawyer. I could be. Like, no, You're the type of lawyer guilty people hire.
That was a great line.
Oh,
That was a really good line.
and he took it anyway.
Yeah.
Which we talked last week. We knew there was a chance he was going to end up with some money out of this.
Yeah, we did call that. He got, how much money did he add up? Like almost $40,000, something like that.
Yeah, it was something like that. He used
40
it well.
50, definitely 40 to 50,000. Yeah.
He used it well. And so then the other scene I have is Chuck in the Wild. # Chuck in the Wild.
Requiem for a Dream shot. Yeah.
It was such a cool shot scene, as it's like, this is like the most, chaotic, stressful moment. And then you see the neighbor looking out the window, and
the neighbor out the window was the best, because it's super intense music when he's running, and then all of a sudden just like it's silent, and she's like,
it's just a guy walking across the street.
It's so good. What was that episode of Breaking Bad where they had the same shot of Jesse like running around too, or maybe it was Walt. It was like very similar how it was shot. There was definitely like that. Maybe it wasn't running, but it was I think scene in the Breaking Bad too. It was very similarly shot.
Mm-hmm.
But yeah, good stuff. That's a great one too. I enjoyed the Nacho and Saul conversation, or Jimmy conversation too. He's like, you really expect me to believe camping? Like he was tipped off. Well, maybe the guy who tipped him off really saved you because you're sloppy. Like that whole sequence of everything he rolled through is like, oh, he's right. Yeah. Because he's like,
blood ID'd you. And it's called 409, man.
That's a good one. I didn't write that down for best line, but that's good. That scene was great. I don't think we've seen the last of Nacho. I really hope not. That's a cool character.
They had probable cause up the wazoo. Yeah, that was a good one too. And Nacho didn't have anything to say. He just walked away
because he knew. Yeah,
I think this guy's smarter than I thought. All right, douchebag award.
Howard Hamlin. Yeah, Howard Hamlin, definitely a douchebag. Hamlindigo Blue, really? Hamlindigo?
I mean, yeah. He was somewhat justified in a lot of what he did, but to name it Hamlindigo Blue.
I get the cease and desist order. I get it. He's like, you know how furious he was? This is his exit. Did you know that? I don't know. Yeah, he knew that was his exit, obviously.
Well, and Kim's even like, yeah, you got to do what you got to do. Like that. What did you think was going to happen?
Yeah. Good.
That was good. My douchebag is a fat guy. I think his name is Marco.
Oh yeah, it's Marco. Yeah, it's Marco.
Butthole.
That was low-key almost my midlife crisis, because I was like, that's a great song and it works.
That's a good tune, man. Yeah, just everything with that scene. He's a douchebag.
Your buttholes.
I'm gonna roundhouse kick you in the butthole while you're working your job at McDonald's.
Like, where was all the butthole stuff from? He's like drunk uncle, just like, yeah, you can have one of these. You can have one of these, and you can have one of those.
He totally was drunk uncle.
Yeah.
Look at a couple buttholes standing here in front. No, you're not standing. You're laying down.
Yeah. We'll stand here.
All right. Stickman award.
Slipping Jimmy, because he pokes that guy with a stick.
He did poke him with a stick, and then he immediately starts singing.
Yeah, it's just, hey, he's like, hey, do a trick. I'm poking you. Do a trick.
He's trying to help you, man. No, he's just a butthole. Yeah, that's good. I went with let's see here. Julian Bonfiglio as Sound Guy.
Hey, other guy, the only other guy here. Come over here.
Hey, other guy. The only other guy. Yeah, he looked like he knows how to have some fun. And not only that, but that he's the one that's carrying the boom, and the boom is a big stick. So
It is.
he's wielding well. Best new face. Hey, that's Danny Trejo.
Gotta go with Stevie, the guy that they scam in the beginning of it, because he was in Clerks 2 as Hobbit lover.
Yep.
Mr. Kevin Wiseman. So yeah, and he looks familiar too. Like it's like one of those guys, like he has that familiar face. Like this guy seems to play that drunk guy at the bar quite frequently.
Yeah, I recognized him too. And I was having trouble figuring out what his name was. But yeah, Hobbit Lover was like, oh yeah, that makes sense. Apparently he was in Gone in 60 Seconds as Intern 2. I don't even know. I don't even know what Intern 2 is. Like, where are there interns in Gone in 60 Seconds?
Maybe it's like a spinoff of Jury number 2, but it's Intern number 2.
Yeah, that must be it.
Yeah, that's the connection.
I gotta look this up now. I'm Intern 2. There's no Intern 1. There's just Intern 2. How does that make sense? He's credited between Go-Kart Kid and Buddy. What? I don't know. Go-Kart Kid. So is this in order of appearance? I think this might be in order of appearance. No, that doesn't make any sense though. I have no idea who this guy is. This sounds like a job for Todd. Todd, help us out. Who's Intern 2?
Yeah, get on that shit.
Gone in 60 Seconds.
Report back.
I might continue to look this up, but yeah, I don't know.
Don't be hating on Intern 2, apparently, if you're watching us on camera.
Yeah, apparently my camera just wigged out because I was bashing Intern 2. I better stop doing that.
Yeah, anyway.
Yeah, that was a good one.
Yeah.
I was looking at another one that I had was Eddie J. Fernandez as the billboard worker, who looked like is a prolific stuntman. Which makes sense. If you're going to get a guy to do that, just get the stuntman to do it.
Yeah, that tracks. Yeah.
Yeah. So like he has 310 stunt credits on IMDb. Most known for stunts in 22 Jump Street, the 1991 film Backdraft. He had an actual role in Best Picture winner Crash. And he has stunts in The Beekeeper. Yeah,
which one?
The Beekeeper.
Oh.
Beekeeper. He did stunts for.
That
was one of his newer ones.
Underrated.
Yeah, he's kind of all over the place. Blue Beetle, Rebel Moon Part 1. So it's good. The Batman he did stunts for. Like
there's the sideshow connection. The Penguin.
Yeah, there you go. These stuntmen get around. So Free Guy, Trial of the Chicago 7, he did stunts for.
Wait a second. Free Guy. Never mind. I was thinking Fall Guy for a second. Never mind.
Birds of Prey. Let's hear what else have I seen that he's done. 12 Strong. Oh, I remember that movie.
Chris Hemsworth movie or something?
Mm-hmm. He did stunts on 16 episodes of NCIS. He's done a lot. True Detective, Jurassic World. So yeah, 22 Jump Street, Divergent, Anchorman 2, Machete Kills, The Lone Ranger, Silver Linings Playbook, Argo, Dark Knight Rises, Hunger Games, 30 Minutes or Less, The Dilemma, Night and Day, The A-Team, Crank High Voltage. Like, this is some good stuff here. Eagle Eye, The Dark Knight, uncredited stunt work on The Dark Knight. Iron Man.
He may or may not have been on the set.
Yeah. The Kingdom, Ocean's 13, No Country for Old Men. There's another Oscar winner. Spider-Man 3. He was a stunt double for Emilio Rivera. I don't even know who Emilio Rivera. He was an uncredited stunt double for an extra or something. I don't know. but he's around. Okay, now I got to figure out who Emilio Rivera is. We're going down. This is the episode of the wormhole, apparently. The rabbit hole, the tangents. Emilio Rivera. Not on the first page of people. That's not a good sign. Emilio Rivera. Is it a character's name? This is very, very great podcasting here.
Yeah, it's riveting.
This is riveting.
There's a lot of. I thought the list of movies that you were naming off is like, are these just some of our favorite films of the last decade? Like, what are you doing here with this list? Like, there's some fun movies in there. Some movies I didn't even know.
Found it.
Yeah, go ahead.
Emilio Rivera plays policeman at Sand Truck. That's what he's billed as. So, unnamed police officer at Sand Truck was played by an actual actor who needed a stuntman.
Nice. So that one scene where Sandman comes out of the dump truck, that he comes down and swooshes in. That's the scene we needed the stuntman. Nice.
Yeah. Apparently,
just ask the guy to play the cop.
That's what I'm saying. That's what they did.
Hiring two people who
they did Better Call Saul. It's like it's like if they had hired someone to dangle and then someone to give him the handshake once he's back up on the thing.
You know, Danny Trejo was in this photo. This picture.
Yep. All right. That's great stuff. Minor character of the episode.
Saul Goodman.
It's all good, man.
No, I got Marco, his buddy, laying on the ground. Butthole. Yeah.
Oh, wait a second here.
He's been in some stuff too, that guy Marco.
Yeah, he has. All right. I'm getting closer on the whole Kevin Wiseman and Gone 60 Seconds thing. Anyways, I'm going with the camera guy.
Okay, yeah.
He had some of my favorite lines of the whole episode. Of hey, I'm the one that signed it out. I'm the only one that touches the camera. Okay,
it's a good one.
Your minute of screen time.
Your minutes of service.
Or your minute of service. You had about a minute of screen time too.
That was Saul's line, I think.
Yeah, that was good.
That's a good one.
All right. Best Saul one-liner. Now that we're talking Saul.
Your minutes of experience is a good one, I think, to the cameraman.
Mm-hmm.
And I like how he says when he's getting his hair done, he's like, "Stop talking about me and just make me beautiful."
Yeah, that's a good one too. I had in the Kettleman scene. It's like Silicon Valley. It's not a bug. It's a feature.
Good one. Mrs. Kettleman's like, it's like slavery. It's like, yeah, it's like that. Yeah.
I forgot
right up there with that.
That's what I was gonna make my line on my banner. I forgot. It's like, yeah, just like slavery.
Yeah, it's right up there with that. Yeah.
Right up there with that. Yeah. Was he? I wrote down the exact line because I really liked it. Yeah. Right up there. Yeah. Slavery used to be legal.
Thanks.
It's not just a legal thing, man. Oh, it's horrible. Horrible people. Yeah. I thought I had some other ones, but I only wrote down the one at the end. So my banner is a Mike line, but it comes after a great Jimmy line where he's like, "You just not really loquacious, are you? We can't all be as blessed as you." Mike gets like 2 lines an episode right now, and he gets the best lines. Mm-hmm. It's great.
Wouldn't have it any other way.
All right, best Breaking Bad reference.
Okay, he's out getting his tuxedo, and right above there's a couple suits. Right above, there's a yellow shirt and a tie in the suit shop that looks just like Gus's Fring's normal work attire.
Ooh, Interesting. I didn't notice that. I did like when he like admired the orange shirt.
Mm.
Where he was getting ready to get his suit, and while they're doing stuff, he just like, oh, orange shirt and this tie. Oh, that would look good. Oh no, let me go get my Hamlin copy now.
Yeah.
Yeah. I had that. Then I had another one. Okay. And I'm thinking this is like a legit thing. The opening credits, I just noticed, I think are Breaking Bad scenes.
Oh, interesting.
Every time. It's like first episode, it was a shot of the Statue of Liberty blow up on the top of the thing. And this time the opening credits were the drawer of all his cell phones. Like this is stuff we haven't seen yet, or maybe it's stuff that's coming up, but it feels very much like this is stuff that I remember last episode. For episode 3, it was like hitting the cigarette, the ash off the cigarette into a like judge's scale.
Oh yeah.
Which I don't know if that was an actual Breaking Bad shot or not, but it felt like it could have been.
Definitely could have been.
I don't know. It was the cell phones that made me go, wait a second. Are these all just Breaking Bad moments that we're reliving? Because that's where we're heading? I don't know.
Here, look at this real quick. See that right above?
Oh yeah, I see what you're saying now.
It looks like something Gus Fring would wear.
It does look like Gus's shirt and tie. Not bad. Nice pickup. All right. Any problems? Anything outdated that you want to shout out here?
No, I'm nothing crazy with this one.
Yeah, I'm kind of in the same spot.
I didn't pick anything up.
All right, midlife crisis moment.
Salary deserves overtime. As a person who is salary, that they deserve overtime. But this calls back. This calls back to Kim. Her and I would be friends because always up for a Kurt Russell action film. The Thing, top 100 movie, number 38 all time on my top 100. It's a fantastic film. I would have been totally down to go watch that on the big screen. So,
yeah, as a teacher, I can testify to what I mean. You're salaried, and your contracted hours are the bare minimum. Like you put in the hours to get the job done, and it's like you need to do this time to this time. Yeah, there's no way you can get a job done. You can get your So I agree with that one. I like that one. I'd probably actually go with that one. But mine, it isn't really a midlife crisis. It's kind of a reference to something else that I thought of in my head of the whole thing where Jimmy is like, he's getting back into this, but he's not really liking it. And you can tell he's kind of ashamed at what he's doing, but he's doing it anyways. And it made me think, all right, this is really, really like random and specific, but it made me think of an old SNL sketch that they did. I think it was, I forget when exactly it was, but it was, do you remember when Pedro Martinez threw Don Zimmer on the ground?
Yeah.
Like there was a brawl. Don Zimmer went charging at Pedro. Yeah. So they did an SNL sketch of this where Horatio Sands was Don Zimmer, and someone would say something and he would get all upset, and he's like, I'm upset now. Here I come. And he would have him like run at someone, and someone would grab him by the head and drop him on the ground. And he'd get up and go, oh, geez, I did it again. I'm ashamed of what I done. I'll do better next time. And he goes and sits down, and then the next person comes up and says something like, oh, I'm getting mad again. Oh, you know what happens when I get mad? Here I come. The head down to the ground. Oh, I'm ashamed of what I done. I'm sorry. I apologize. That's what was rolling through my head as I'm watching Jimmy look at his stack of cash and try to justify miscellaneous expenses. And then hiding the newspaper from Chuck is, I'm ashamed of what I done.
It's a very specific and odd reference, but
It is. It is. And I think Halle Berry was the host that time, and she played like the ball girl, and the ball girl did something that made Don Zimmer upset. It's like, oh no, here he comes. And are you okay? And she goes, oh yeah, I'm okay. I saw the replays. And she just stands there like, I'm waiting. Head, ground. I'm ashamed of what I done.
You gotta look up that scene.
You gotta look it up. It's pretty great. All right, LVP.
Hair photoshops. Photoshopping hair. Horrible Photoshop on his hair.
It was a horrible job. Oh, that's a great call. But the real question is, who was right? Was it what were the options here? It was
page 2 or page 3.
Yeah, no, I wrote them down here. Strawberry Fields Forever or Sassafras Glow.
Sassafras Glow just sounds cooler.
Yeah, now make my hair like Tony Curtis in Spartacus.
Another outdated movie reference.
Another outdated movie. Well, that was outdated when he made it. Like even when, yeah. My LVP is Nacho's ability to do crime, because like Jimmy had some fair points.
And yes, ability, and that's like Tuco's right-hand man. Like
he's the reasonable one. He's Tuco's smart one. I mean, yeah, I don't know. All right, MVP.
Billboard harnesses. That harness held that guy up.
I said bungee cords for the same reason. Yeah.
Good call.
Yeah. All right. What's happening next?
That's a great question. It's a great question. I think Chuck is going to come out, and him and Harold or Hamlin are going to be like out together. And I think Chuck gets out of his state because he has to take down Jimmy now, because he's going to make his, I don't know. I can see that. I don't know. I think at some point his brother's going to snap out of it, because it's getting another character. Like, where does his brother go for Breaking Bad? I don't know. His brother wouldn't fit in that show. So where is he at? So be interesting. And also would like to see, like, where's Tuco? I think is there another job that they try to do?
The abuelita.
Is there another job or whatever that they're doing? And I would love to see Kim leave and start working for Saul as well.
Yeah, I don't know if that's gonna happen, but
not this season. Probably next season.
Yeah,
those are good. Be like Pam. Be like, I'm going with him too. And just leaves the Hamlins.
Yeah. I mean, I'm thinking now, like, now that he's got this happening, Jimmy McGill's a known quantity. When does Saul happen? Like, when does that come about? Because it feels like this is kind of wraps up what these first 4 episodes have kind of been introducing to us. So what's the next thing that's going to pop up? What's Nacho going to do? Like, where's the next time Nacho's going to pop up? Maybe Nacho pops up and as the next one's like, you were right, I was wrong, you're smart, I'm dumb, you're attractive, I'm not good looking. And get I'm just full of the references today. And
you want breakfast?
And hires him for something, and then he truly becomes the criminal lawyer.
Yeah,
you get the idea. That's like the gateway into that whole world.
The accepting of Saul Goodman as his name is going to be a season finale, or not season, but series finale, or not series. Yeah, season finale. Yeah.
It's like watching Casino Royale. You wait, and then the last thing that's said in the entire movie is, "My name is Saul Goodman. Better call Saul."
Yeah.
Mm-hmm. I can see that. I can see that. But yeah, it kind of feels like I didn't realize it till just now as we were talking about it. This one feels kind of like a clean break. And now what? What's gonna come next? And it'll be
It's not
interesting to
really
see.
like a cliffhanger. Yeah, a lot of new clientele for sure.
Yeah, and so
It's
how many
7
cases
calls.
are we going to see him working? Yeah, he's got 7 new messages. That's
He's at
7
consultations.
more than the first 3 episodes.
Yeah. Oh, and fun fact too: the guy who was hanging from the billboard, apparently on the wiki, was one of his clients in the last episode.
Oh,
Supposedly.
okay.
It was in the last episode during the little supercut of
Was he
all
the
his
petty with the
cases.
prior?
Maybe.
Out on good behavior. The guy he thought ran a car into a mall.
Yeah, something like that. Yeah.
Instead, it was the guy who robbed a liquor store with a bottle of Kahlua.
Yeah, it's the dude.
Yeah.
All right. Well, that's where we're at on this episode. We really like this show. This show is kicking on all cylinders, and it's full speed ahead for what's next. Really excited to dive into that episode, and it was a lot of fun breaking this one down with you, Terry. Until next time, don't meet your heroes, folks. Just go get saved by them. So until next time, we'll see you later.
Better Call Saul.
Better call Saul. You buttholes.
Buttholes.
Is a roundhouse
Take
kick
one of
you
these.
in the butthole at your job at McDonald's. Yeah.
A lot of fun. We have to like
butthole, butthole.
all
Sorry,
this
go ahead.
butthole talk. Do we have to make this an explicit episode? Like what's going on?
Ooh. No, I don't think so.
Good.
Now if it was to expand beyond that, potentially, but
Like if we said the word,
yeah.
that's where you end it. Yeah, end it now.
I'm looking for it.
End it now. That's the ending.
Fudge.